Hi there, Matt Scowen, the Floor Detective. Welcome to my videos here on YouTube. If you like what you see, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also hit like if you like the video. Today we're going to talk about waterproof flooring. It's probably the hottest commodity right now in the flooring industry. You see it all over the advertisements. You walk into Lowe's or a Home Depot, big signs say waterproof flooring, water can't touch it, water can't hurt it, it's safe for dogs and pets and everything. First, let me explain something. What they don't tell you is, realistically, there is no such thing as blank proof flooring. Stain proof, fade proof, wear proof, waterproof. There is no such thing. Flooring is the most abused finishing element in any type of construction. Far more than the paint, the wallpaper, the blinds, anything else. Flooring, everything goes on the floor, everything falls on the floor. You walk all over the floor, it will show the effects of having been used. Just as in the electrical world, there is no such thing as an absolute conductor or an absolute resistor. Electricity can flow through anything. It just flows through some things better than others. You know, insulators are very, very, very bad conductors. That's why they insulate the electricity. But you crank up the voltage enough, the electricity will get through that insulator. That's why if you look at power lines, they have those huge insulators that are several feet long, but the telephone pole outside your house may have an insulator that's only a few inches long. It's a difference in voltage that they're carrying. Those larger insulators are handling a much larger voltage because the voltage would punch through that glass insulator on top of your telephone pole without any difficulty at all. The same idea applies to waterproof flooring. Vinyl is water resistant. The more vinyl that you have, the more water resistance you will have. Solid vinyl, a true solid vinyl product, is very water resistant. It's hard to get water through it. But the products that we're selling out there are not solid vinyl. They are vinyl composition products. They are layers of different materials that are all glued together and pressed together. For example, this might be difficult on the camera. Here, I'll hold it this way. This is your typical vinyl plank. It has a black foam rubber backing on the back side. If you look at it carefully through a cross section, you can see the different layers. You've got actually what you can't see is a wear layer on top. It's clear. Then you've got your print layer. Then you've got your core. Then you've got another layer on the backing of vinyl, and then your rubber backing. These are all different materials. They all react differently when exposed to moisture. Some vinyl planks don't even have the black rubber. They have cork on the backing. So what happens is when they're exposed to moisture, those planks are going to react differently. The actual core of the product, whether it's a WPC or an SPC product, is probably very, very moisture resistant and probably really doesn't exhibit dimensional change when exposed to moisture. But that's not the whole thing. The product is not all 100% SPC. So when exposed to moisture, in particular when it's exposed to moisture from one side, you're getting, when you install this type of product flat on a concrete slab on grade, you've got moisture coming up through the concrete slab, but no moisture up here. So you've got an imbalance of moisture as well. And what happens is these products start to react to that moisture. We learned this really a few years ago when these products first came out, and those of us in the industry who have been watching this have noticed that the vinyl manufacturers keep changing how they're constructing the product to try and defeat the issues that the moisture is creating. At this point, most of the manufacturers are admitting subfloor moisture is an issue with their planks. Even though the marketing information, the sales literature all says waterproof, the actual installation instructions say you must take a moisture test of the concrete slab prior to installing the product. If some of them will say you must apply a moisture barrier to the concrete slab before installing the product. Now, since this is a floating floor, probably the easiest, most economical moisture barrier that you can use is 6 mil plastic, what some people call Visqueen. Laid down, tape the joints so that there's no way for moisture to leak through the seams, and then you can install the product over that. That may or may not be sufficient depending on the situation. So the long and the short of it is, as one flooring salesman told me years ago, what the salesman giveth, the fine print taketh away. Even though it says waterproof, it's not technically waterproof in all applications and situations. If you're going to be installing vinyl flooring on top of concrete, you're going to have to put down a moisture barrier. And while I'm at it here, the instructions say you can install this over a wood subfloor, and that is true. However, if that wood flooring that you're going to install it over is on top of a moisture source, whether it's a badly ventilated crawl space or whether it's a concrete slab and it's a wood floor that's glued down to it, you can't install these on top of the wood. As I said, they're very moisture resistant. So the moisture that's been coming up through that wood, whether it's the crawl space or the concrete slab, evaporates, works its way through the finish, evaporates into the air and never accumulates. You put this on top of it, the water doesn't have any place to go. It starts to accumulate. Water accumulating in wood creates mold, mildew, and eventually rot. And those wood floors, I have seen many of them over the years, just either rotting or expanding because they're swelling because of the moisture, and it's blowing the vinyl plank off the floor. So, some things to consider. I'm not trying to speak poorly of any manufacturer's product or even of a product category. There's like I said, there's a time and place for every product, but you just have to make sure to install it correctly. Thanks again for watching. This is Matt Skowron, the Floor Detective. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you the next time.